Hello and welcome to round 4 of the Intercontinental Rally Challenge. It's an IRC debut for the Premier Yalta Rally, one of 3 new rallies in the 2011 season with Corsica and Hungary. Service park is in Yalta itself on the shores of the Black Sea, but the stages will be held in the tricky mountain roads north of the town, broken tarmac and slippery conditions with a lot of grip changes even when it's dry. 14 special stages over 3 days covering 261 kilometres. Yes, the total distance, including liaisons, is 721. Yep, nobody said it was going to be easy. Never meant to be. So, welcome to Yalta, the town which hosted the famous Yalta Conference of February 1945, where the future of Europe, East and West, was decided. Well, 42 IRC crews are here with their own plans for the near future this coming weekend. Quite a backdrop then, and an amazing amount of preparation has gone into this one by the hosts, been made to feel extremely welcome. Jan Kopecki for Skoda, second in the IRC ranking, helped by his teammates and rival, Johanan, of course.
It will be a big challenge, I think, for everyone, because the corners are incredible, you know, the notes. I think you cannot make the perfect notes over here, so we need to wait until, I think, Friday, how it goes, and then we can decide if we can try to push or we reduce the speed. We will see.
Johanan with his victory in Islas Canarias. Hanan took the IRC lead, but lost it, you may remember, due to his absence in Corsica. He returns to the IRC, determined to impress. Andreas Mikkelsen, his retirement in Monte Carlo. Mikkelsen has twice finished 6th. It's a steady start, but not enough for the Norwegian, who wants to be a serious title contender. Take a big step forward. What about Peugeot then? Difficult season opener, but the young Belgian Thierry Neuville was outstanding in the Canaries and then took his maiden victory in Corsica. He arrives full of confidence, tempered by a good degree of maturity. Well, we took our first victory. That's the most important thing, to show everyone that we can do a good job here, and to stay on the road and to accept that the rivals can be faster than me, but I've got to score maximum points whenever I can. I'm thinking about the championship, he says. They'll have to stop him, of course, the likes of Guy Wilkes. Yes, hasn't made an ideal start to the season. Fast but compromised by either bad luck or errors on the limit. He needs to get comfortable in his Peugeot 207 and showcase his considerable talents. Brian Bouffier had a different run of luck and form, won Monte Carlo, but of course he was out of sorts in Canaries and went off in Corsica while pushing. What about Proton then? Giandomenico Basso, leader of the Proton team, the Italian driver, tested the car in the Canaries and finished 9th. He'll have the support of 2 other drivers, of course. Pidgey Anderson helping Basso with the development and testing. The top 10 finish is his primary aim. Better is possible here, though. They all know that. And some great names here as well. In the 20 car, Alexander Salyuk and Evgen Chervenenko, the event promoter. They won the USSR rally here 2 decades ago. So what about the driver standings coming here? Freddie Loix not taking part in this one, so a great chance for Thierry Neuville, his fellow Belgian, to leapfrog him perhaps in the rankings. Time for those further down the order to take a step forward. Guy Wilkes, 25 points, would love to go well here. Mikkelsen likewise wants to sort of shake some bad luck away. Skoda leading Peugeot in the manufacturers by just 2 slender points. Well, the action began on Thursday, even before the starting ceremony, with 2 short stages with an overall distance of just 7.61 kilometres. Kind of a prologue, if you like, to set the starting order for the first real stages on Friday. Thierry Neuville, yes, Corsica winner. More of the same, please, he thought. Well, wins on stage 1. And of course, second on stage 2 as well. He, the overall leader, as he said, it's going to be difficult out there. We've all got to take great care. Wise words for one so young. Guy Wilkes on the second stage. Wilkes setting the fastest time, 0.27 of a second ahead of Neuville. Third on the opener, but Patrick Sandel's behind Patrick Sandel's Skoda, I should say. The Brit helping put Kronos 1 and 2 on the leaderboard. Very difficult, he said. The grip's changing a lot out there. Johanan, bad news on the first day for Hannanen. Level third on stage 1, exactly the same time as Wilkes, but the Finn jumping the start of stage 2, as you saw perhaps on the onboard camera there. He's right on the starting board, still on when the car started. A mistake which cost him a 10-second penalty, falling down the leaderboard from 3rd to 11th. Not a happy place to be. Thierry Neuville then, the overall leader. Yes, still only 16 seconds separating the top dozen cars, though, don't forget. Well, even if we don't go too well on the second stage, we're still happy that we've with what we've done on the opening day. But tomorrow, that's going to be another thing entirely, much longer, much more difficult. As you can see, very, very tight at the top after those 2 short runs. Isn't it beautiful in this part of the world? A bit like Monte Carlo as you squirt up the hillside. Yes. Very, very much in the notebooks as a tourist destination, incidentally, by everyone who's witnessed it. There's your top 10. Ukraine hosting the Intercontinental Rally Challenge for the first time, and the president himself, Viktor Yanukovych, a confirmed rally fan, came down from the presidential hotel with a lot of security around to get a closer look, and indeed spared us a few moments of his time as he wandered around the service park. Nice jacket. Well, the man in the sky blue linen says it's a good sporting endeavour, and it's always good for a youthful nation, which we are. It's healthy for the future of our country to have such sporting occasions here, and this IRC event in Yalta will give the opportunity to attract new rally fans, and hopefully it will grow in the future. Well, we'll certainly be back, that's for sure. Wonderful backdrop. And we'll be very welcome to do exactly that, he says. Right after the interview, the president visited the paddock, and indeed everyone greatly in awe, not only of him, but of course of his security, which is high. Debut here then for the IRC. Very well looked after we have been. The organisers prepared a great show for us launching this rally. Traditional music, dance, concerts, that kind of thing, and of course speeches from the great and the good. Yes, stay with us to see how it all panned out. Who would ride their luck? Who would find their skills? We'll find out after this.
For you to experience the greatest race in the world, Eurosport goes Yokohama, your tyre.
Day 2 then, 6 stages, 3 times, 3 double loops, you might say. 137 kilometres of time stages, 342 with liaisons. Thierry Neuville out to do damage on that leaderboard. Yes, absolutely supreme. And stage 3, 17.26 kilometres, winning by over 4 seconds clear of Bouffier. First car on the road, Bouffier. No apparent handicap though, second quickest on stage 3 of the event. The only driver to use a hard compound tyre on the opening loop, and maybe that was a wise decision. Monte Carlo went up from 6th to 3rd. Johanan, after his penalty on day 1, Hannanen very motivated, as you can see, climbing from 11th to 6th place along the way. 3rd on stage 3, running well. Gian Domenico Basso didn't want to push too much, still finding the car. 7th on stage 3, just 17 seconds off Neuville's pace. He's staying 8th overall, but just 6 seconds off Hannanen in 6th. Not a bad run at all. Wilkes 4th quickest, and that with no handbrake, incidentally. And so those the standings. Wilkes very much snapping at the heels of Neuville overall. So on 4 then. Another stage win for Neuville, just can't stop doing it, extending his lead to 8.6 seconds. Slippy though, he said. Had to be very careful out there. Brian Bouffier, second on the stage, only 1 second behind Neuville, and up to second overall. Well, he kind of worked it out, the guy had some troubles on this one. Easy to make a mistake here, said Bouffier. Oh yes, easy to get caught out, whether it's luck or skill. That's the problem. Yes, everyone fearing stage 5. Tactics, perhaps, you might say. Difficult to pull off if you're trying to get road position for the next run through all this lot. Third on stage 4, Johannes. 5.9 seconds down, jumping from 6th to 3rd overall, 23 seconds off the leader, going very, very quickly out there. So was Basso. Yes, 5th on the stage, behind Jan Kipecki, 22.8 seconds on the stage. 5th overall, just ahead of Guy Wilkes, who ran 6 kilometres with a puncture, I might add, to finish 7th on the stage. Sandel also with his problems. Not an easy start, falling overall from 3rd to 7th. After he punctured, losing 3 minutes and 28. Also puncturing, as well as Wilkes, as we've already told you, Andreas Mikkelsen, who lost 1 minute and 26. Not a fine time. Yes, the difficulty sliding here, and a lot of gravel and little flinty bits, which were causing problems with sidewalls if you got your entry into corners a little bit wrong. Wilkes then down to 6th place at this point. Stage 5 then, Andreas Mikkelsen. Punctured early on stage 4, proving that ill fortune was being spread evenly, at least, I suppose. Brake cooling system failure then on stage 5, but it wasn't enough to stop Mikkelsen, who is absolutely amazing when things are stacked up against him. Takes stage 5. Maybe he ran quicker without his brakes. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, on the last stage now, the 7 last kilometers, I had no brakes, but the time was good even though, so hopefully with some brakes now we can put an even better time next time.
No time to cut the brake pipe, that's down by, obviously. Where's Neuville? 29th on the stage. Oh dear, talked about bad luck. Well, he was bitten harder than most. Lost 3 minutes and 27 seconds, clipped a wall, got stuck in a ditch, down to 9th. Oh dear.